Hello friends, schoolsteps.in welcomes you again. In this tutorial, we'll discuss on how to receive voice input in a notification. When a notification appears on your wearable device and you need to reply to it, you won't get any keyboard. So you need to dictate a reply through the voice input. This is done by a predefined class called remote input. Let's achieve this. Open project. Under the Wear module, look for the folder called values, expand it, open strings.xml. In the strings.xml, let's make few changes. Let's create a string with the name reply_label and let's give the value as my reply. In the similar way, let's create another string with the name reply_was and let's give the value as reply was and then a colon. Now let's create a string array. Let's give the name as reply_choices. Let's create 3 items inside the string array. Let's say yes, and in the similar way let's create no and maybe. Now under the Wear module, look for the package structure. Right click on the package structure, click on new and look for Java class. Give the name as notification utils, click OK. It will create a class for you. Before working in this class, let's go back to strings.xml and remove the duplicate entry of action settings. Let's go back to our Java class now. In this class, let's define a variable public final static string and let's give the name as extra voice reply is equal to, let's give the value as extra voice reply. Now open the main activity.java of Wear module and go to the notify me method. Let's copy the entire method, paste it right here, and let's change the name to voice input. Save it. Now the first thing which we need to do here is to delete the code for the second builder and for the second notification. Let's delete it. The other thing which we need to delete is the variable extender. Let's delete these 3 lines as well. Now let's rename the first builder to builder and let's call it notification, and let's pass this notification right here. So we are back to the simple notification with a pending intent. Now let's make some changes here. Let's say string reply_label is equal to get resources dot get string, and inside this we need to pass r.string.reply_label which we have just created. Now next thing which we need to do is to create a array of string. Let's say reply_choices is equal to get resources dot get string array, and we need to pass r.array.reply_choices. So after fetching the objects of string and string array, let's create the object of the class remote input. So we need to say remote input dot builder. Let's call it remote input builder is equal to new remote input dot builder. Now it requires a string as the parameter, so we need to say notification utils which we have just created dot extra voice reply. Save it. Now using the object of remote input builder, let's say remote input builder dot set label. We have already got a label here. Let's pass it here Again, using the object of remote input builder, say dot set choices, and let's pass this array right here. Now the next thing which we need to do is to create the object of the remote input class. So we need to say remote input. Let's say remote input is equal to remote input builder dot build. This will return us the object of the remote input class. So what we have done till now is we have created two objects. One is string and another one is array of string, and the values are coming from strings.xml. The next thing which we have done is we have created the object of remote input dot builder. We have set the label which we have received here, and we have set the choices which we have received here. The next thing which we have done is we have created the object of the remote input using the build method on the remote input builder. Now next thing which we'll be needing is the object of notification compat dot action. So we need to say notification compat dot action dot builder. Let's say notification action builder is equal to new notification compat dot action dot builder. So here we need to pass three parameters. The first one is the icon. So we can say r dot drawable dot ic underscore launcher. The second parameter is the title. Let's say my voice. And the third parameter is the pending intent. We already have created one pending intent. So let's say pending intent. Now we need to attach this remote input with the notification action builder. So we need to say notification action builder dot add remote input, and we need to pass remote input here. Last but not the least, we need the object of the notification compat dot action. So let's say action is equal to notification action builder dot build. So what we have done is to get the object of the notification compat dot action, we have first created the object of notification compat dot action dot builder. We have passed three parameters in it. One is the launcher, second one is the string parameter, and the third parameter is the pending intent. Then further what we did is using the method add remote input, we have attached the remote input with the notification action builder. Last but not the least, using the method build, we have received the object of the notification compat dot action. Now next we need to attach this action object with the builder object. So we need to say builder dot extend. Here we need to say new notification compat dot variable extender dot add action, which is right here, and we need to pass action which we have just created. Save it. So as I mentioned in the previous tutorial, anything which is related to the variable extender, it will get executed only in the variable devices. Now let's go to the layout of the Vir module, which is right here, and let's open the rect activity and round activity. Let's change the design view from here, and let's create one more button here, and let's call the voice input method. Let me do it quickly. So I have created the voice input button on rect activity as well as on the round activity, and I have called the method voice input on the click event of the button. Now let's make the similar changes in the mobile module, and let's run our program. Here is the output on three different AVDs. As I mentioned, the code corresponding to variable extender will not work on the mobile application. Let's test it. Let's click on the voice input on mobile. The moment we click it, it will give us a notification. Let's click on the notification. It will take us to the details of the notification. It is not showing anything related to the voice input. Now let's check the same thing on the wearable emulator. Let's click on the voice input. Drag it to the right and we will get a notification. Drag it to the left and we will get the option for my voice. Let's click on it. It will ask you to speak and give your voice input. In emulator, we do not have the option for the voice input, so we have to go with the choices which we have made. Let's choose no. It will show my reply no, and it will finally open the pending intent. Now let's try the same thing on the round emulator. Click on voice input, drag it to the right, we'll get a notification. Drag it to the left, click on my voice, and let's choose yes this time. It will give us the details of the notification. Now let's run the application on the real cell phone device and let's sync the notifications between the cell phone and the Wear emulator. Here is the output on the cell phone device, and in the background you can see the emulator running. Let's click on the voice input button. The moment we click on the voice input button on the cell phone, it will give us a notification on the emulator. Drag it to the left and it will give us the option for my voice. Let's click on it and it will give us the options for yes, no and maybe. Let's choose maybe this time. The moment we click it, it will open the notification details on the cell phone itself. So friends, as I mentioned earlier, if our target is to sync the notifications between the cell phone and the wearable device, then only mobile module is sufficient. Friends, with this I take your leave. Thank you so much. Please like our page on facebook.com/letsandroid. If you have any query, do write us at info@schoolsteps.in or schoolstepsin@gmail.com. Thank you.